When sickness and trouble seems to take my life away. He was speaking to my heart. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. That trouble will not take your life. Jesus is still on the throne. Amen. Let my crying touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my crying touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart, oh Lord. My God. Let my crying touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart. Oh, let my crying touch your heart. Oh Lord, let my weeping touch your heart. Oh Lord, let my crying touch your heart. Oh yeah, let my weeping touch your heart. Oh, let my crying touch your heart. Oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart, oh my God. Let my crying touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my crying touch your heart, oh Lord. Let my weeping touch your heart, oh yeah, because I'm crying touch your heart. Oh Lord, let my weeping touch your heart. Oh Lord. God of heaven, we answer you. 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 Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. 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 Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. 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 Don't still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. 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 Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Chineke kiwe na zebere. Chineke kiwe na zebere. Chineke kiwe na zebere. Oh, Chineke kiwe na zebere. Obi ya tabukola. Chineke kiwe na zebere. Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. 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 Stand still, don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. Don't shake. Oh God of heaven, we answer you. You are the Lord that changes laws. 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 You are the Lord, you are the Lord. You are the Lord that changes laws. You are the Lord that changes laws. You You never change it. You are the Lord that changes more. Yes, the Lion of Judah. You are the Lord that changes more. He was already my evil power. You are the Lord that changes more. You never share. You are the Lord that changes more. Unchangeable, changeable. You are the Lord that changes more. The Lion of the Judah. Yeah. You are the Lord that changes. 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 There is power in the name Jesus. There is healing in the name. The name Jesus, 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 Jesus. There is power in the name of the name Jesus. There is deliverance in the name Jesus. There is healing in the name of the name Jesus. Amen. Jesus, 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 hallelujah. Jesus, 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 Jesus. There is power in the name Jesus. There's a power. Yeah, gentlemen, Jude, you're welcome. Sonny, you're welcome. We keep waiting for others as they arrive. I know that there were meetings today, and that must have affected the attendance, I know. So, but already I'm online right now, but I've not closed the broadcast. But every gadget is on, so I'm just saying to you, both welcome. So, we'll start in a few seconds' time, a few minutes. Cast me not away from your presence, oh God. Do not take Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of your salvation. And renew your spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, oh Lord. For your presence, oh Lord. Do not take Holy Spirit from me. Oh Jesus, restore unto me. Restore the joy of your salvation. And renew your spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, O Lord. Do not take Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of your salvation. And renew your spirit within me. Oh, cast me not away from your presence, O Lord. Cast me not away. Do not take Holy Spirit from me. Take not Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me. Oh, restore the joy of your salvation. Oh, restore. And renew your spirit within me. Jehovah Jireh is broken even now. Otwakane rumba is broken even now. Let it hear. Ewo, he never see your money. It's broken even now. Let it hear. No love you never see your money. It's broken even now. Hello. Gentlemen, gentle ladies of Biafra, dear members of the crew of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority. To those of you who are right now online with me, of course, let me say generally welcome. I welcome our people to this our broadcast coming to you this very last day of June 30th, 2019. It is very, very significant. In other words, this evening's broadcast is very, very significant. One, for the very fact that it brings to an end the month of June. Number two, it ushers in the month of July. Again, we are here to discuss very, very important things. Don't forget that when we made our information to the public, we said that we are going to discuss issues concerning Biafranism. In other words, giving Biafra a name, an identity in a situation where we have to go back to our customs and traditions. Thinking of the Igbo language, how best to make use of it, and then giving every Igbo person Igbo name. However, as we prepare for this, messages keep filtering in from our own radio segment. Giving information about what is happening right now in Biafra land. Before then, as not to miss those whose names appear first on the screen, let me give them a welcome. I welcome to this evening's broadcast Sunday Eze. I also welcome Ofodi Neji, Richard Onibo. You are equally welcome. Athanasius Obasi. Oh, our darling sister Mary N. Ogoma Nkiruka, joining from Omaha. Mary, you are welcome. Ikechukwu Amo has never missed an opportunity to be with us, of course, offering suggestions significant in their nature. We welcome you, Ikechukwu. Ezenwa Chika, we also welcome you. Dekin Kens, we say welcome. Uzochukwu Michael, we heartily welcome you to this evening's broadcast. And Sunday is now saying, may God bless Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike and bim-massob. Even you, thank you very much, and God bless you too. My brother, the issue of Fulani herdsmen is getting out of hand. So please, what are we going to do? We shall inform you. We are taking necessary steps or measures. Lucky Otto, you are welcome. Jaden Wokafo, we welcome you. Joseph Okechukwu, we equally welcome you. Ikem Stephen, welcome. Our friend writing from Arab world, I'm not able to read this Arabic language, but we tell you welcome. Joseph Okechukwu, of course, is saying, long live Biafra. Ndubisi Nwolo is there. Dim, Amako, Uzoma, Ukwono, they are there. I also have the pleasure welcoming some members of the crew who are already here this evening as early callers. Udog Winya is joining us from Denmark, Scandinavia. Udog, you are welcome. Say hello to fellow Biafrans.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Biafrans. I'm here tonight with you people, and we are here to discuss
the solution of our problem in Biafra land. Thank you. I'm here with you tonight, my brother.
Thank you so much, Udogunwiya. When the history of Biafra shall be written, your name shall occupy a chapter because you are so committed, you are so patriotic, you are so unwavering in this our Biafra struggle. And you have made it certain that no matter the group one belongs, what is important is the name Biafra, to which all of us are subordinate to. We so much appreciate your commitment. And again,
Thank
Jude
you.
Chijoke from Lagos has never missed an opportunity to be with us as a member of the crew, advising our people equally. From Lagos, let me say, Jude, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna, the moderator. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, wherever you are listening from. I want to tell Biafrans to pay attention to our tonight broadcast as we do justice to today's topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. And I am welcoming also Unwa Biafra. James is saying, Sir, good evening. We are with you. I know indeed you are with me. We are with each and every Biafran. Nemba Godwin is saying, May the Almighty God help and protect our leader, Chief Dr. Rapo Wasike, and the members of the Bill family. Thank you very much. So, fellow compatriots, of course, um, okay, I have a message from a member of our crew from Kenya. I will attend to that much later. So, fellow Biafrans, you know, we are here this evening to talk on the Igbo identity. But before we go into the business of the day proper, let us respond immediately to messages coming from here and there and what we equally have discovered by ourselves, either through interactions with our people back home or through very many other channels of communication, more especially the social media. In the last 2 days, fellow compatriots, let me not forget that we are broadcasting to you this evening from the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, City of Munich, Germany. I am your regular host, Ikenna Obibi Egono. We are broadcasting under the auspices of the bim-massob family, led by the Biafran leader, Chief Dr. Rap Uwazirike. That is the introduction so far, and then to the business of the day. Before we go into it proper, let me respond to some information coming from here and there, which is of utmost concern to everybody. We never wanted to discuss the issues of Fulani herdsmen this evening, but because of the urgency of the situation, because of messages coming from here and there, just like Sunday Eze wrote that this issue of the Fulani herdsmen is getting out of hand, we don't have to treat this matter with kid glove. We have to give it attention, proper attention as the case may be, because it concerns you and me. I wouldn't say because I am here harbored in a comfort zone in Europe, I wouldn't feel concerned to the traverse of my own people back home in Biafra land, because we are all one. And an injury to one Biafran is an injury to another, no matter where you are. Now, 2 days ago, at Abada Newe in Enugu State, the Fulani herdsmen entered their own territory, traversed, trespassed into their own territory with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cows, cattle. It was a menace. The entire major roads at Agbada Nenwe were covered. Cows, cattle everywhere, which rendered movement impossible. There was both human and vehicular traffic. movement was grounded just because these marauding herdsmen littered the entire landscape with their cattle, not minding and with impunity. Unfortunately, and most sadly, Enugu State Governor was there and is still there. The local government authorities were there and they are still there. The local chiefs were there and they are still there. But everybody tended to ignore the nuisance being constituted by the roving herdsmen. At a point, the use of Agbadenewe could no longer tolerate the exceedingly misbehavior of the Fulani herdsmen brandishing their AK-47 with impunity. The security men were there ignoring them, rather giving them thumbs up, giving them kudos. The police were there, the military were there, the DSS were there, and any other groups were all there. They looked the other way. Why the Fulani herdsmen with sophisticated arms took over the entire landscape, making movement impossible. What were we to do at a point? Our people could no longer contain the excesses, could no longer tolerate any other thing. How then could we remain ever subordinate to a people we always feed and who always come to our land to create havoc? There was indeed a limit to endurance. There was indeed a limit to tolerance. And as you all know, much as we understand, it is sometimes good to have patience. But when patience becomes impatient, other feelings might succeed. And that was what happened yesterday at Agada, the way in Enugu State. When they used rose en mass, unanimity of peoples, and said, no, enough is enough. Those who had sticks took their sticks. Those who had knives took their knives. Those who had then guns picked everything up. Those who had nothing went out with their bare hands, chanting Uzobu Uzobu that the Fulani must go. And indeed, the Fulani went. To the people of Agwada, they were in Enugu State, I say 1,000 times congratulations, a thousand times kudos. You made us proud. When I looked at the social media yesterday, I saw every child of that particular community coming out fearlessly to chase the Fulani herdsmen away. Not only were the herdsmen running helter-skelter, even the cows were in panic, running towards the border between Enugu State and Benue State. And not until the Fulanis were chased out of Enugu State did the community mass have rest of mind. But let us advise, even though you succeeded in chasing them out, make sure you do not sleep with two eyes closed. And make sure you don't sleep without any protective material close to your bed, because the enemy offended might decide to take revenge. But we assure you, you are under protection. We are in command. Already, we have alerted our commanders over there to be on red alert. And do not spare any idiot. Do not spare anybody that trespasses into Biafra land. We have given that particular order. Make sure you don't start aggression. But when they carry aggression to the threshold of the Biafran society, teach them a lesson of their life. We have said it again and again. We will no longer tolerate the excesses of these marauding brigands. How come? With staggering impunity, these people want to take over our land, our seashores, our banks, our everything, our mothers, our women, our children, our daughters. They want to take over everything. How do we describe such impunity? Except that the man that is pushing them is equally mentally deranged. The Biafrans have vowed you can do anything in Benue State, in Kogi State, in Nasarawa State, in Zamfara State, any other part of the north. Feel free. Even in Plateau, in Niger State. Those areas are your catchment zones. They are your catchment areas. Feel free. It does not concern Biafrans. We are never moved by an iota. No. But the moment you shall be testing our resolve is when you cross the Benue coming into Biafra land. We shall not tell you that the sadness of 1967 to 1970 has never disappeared from us, and we are looking for an opportunity to take a revenge. Fellow compatriots, we thank the people of Newe yesterday for standing bold to say enough is enough. And the Fulani people. We encourage and champion any other community. Be on the alert, form your warring vigilante group. Make sure that you discipline any herdsman, any herdsmen that enter Biafra land. We have made it abundantly clear. Mark my words, I speak unambiguously. We shall never. Of course, the Biafran leader has equally said it. Chief Wazirike. We shall never cede an inch of Biafran land to Mieti Allah, to Ruga, to whatever name it is called. We shall never, we must never, and we will never. No matter the consequences. Abba Kyari was saying a few days ago in his mad instinct that whether the southeast likes it or not, they are going to establish the Roga settlement in Biafra land. We tell him welcome. It is one thing to undertake a journey, it is another thing to return that particular journey. We assure you, whatever you want this time around, we are equal to the task. 1967 to 70, we were taken unawares. We were not prepared. And then, with the assistance or connivance of some international communities, Britain, Russia, Sudan, Egypt, and lots of others, we were subdued. But you subdued us within the physical, our spirits remain unconquerable. We remain unbound like the Greek Prometheus. This time around, we know that if we lose the second time, we shall be losing forever. And that will make us slaves forever. An Igbo man can never be a slave to anybody. Time for that has gone. And on the strength of this, we are telling our people, it is time for us to say, this is our land, our native home. To any other community, to any other local government, to any other state in Biafra land, wherever, whenever you find any herdsman or herdsman within your premises, take action. Heavens will not fall. We want our governors, to God be the glory, that the Archbishop of Enugu Diocese, the Anglican Archbishop of Enugu Diocese, the Right Reverend Emmanuel Chukwuma, has said it clear that any state governor in Biafra land that ever makes mistake to succumb to the intimidation of the Hausa Fulani by considering giving them any portion of land must be dealt with. That is coming from the Anglican Archbishop of Enugu Diocese, the Right Reverend Emmanuel Chukwuma. That any governor in the southeast in Biafra land that tries or attempts to give any portion of land to these fools must be dealt with. We are behind him. Of course, we have taken the decision already. We shall not succumb to intimidation. Apart from the governors, we are also warning all the traditional rulers in Biafra land. Any traditional ruler that makes the singular mistake of ceding our land, even if it is your own patrimony, you don't have the right to give it to the Fulani herdsmen. If you want to sell your land, tell fellow Biafrans, we are prepared to buy if you triple the price. But if you make the attempt of giving land or selling land to the Fulani herdsmen, you may not live to enjoy the benefits of it all. We are aware that the Nigerian government led by Buhari earmarked 160 billion naira, 160 billion naira for them or to enable them buy off our lands in Biafra land. And by so doing, establish the Ruga settlement and subsequently the emirate. How can somebody think that in Biafra land there shall be emirate? Tomorrow will become Kwara state, where they entered and took over the whole place. Yorubas are now crying, begging. Let us learn from history. Let us never make the mistake of the Yoruba people by allowing them to take over Ilori. We can never allow these Fulani herdsmen, Mieti Allah, by whatever pseudonym, to penetrate Biafra land, to occupy even an acre of land is practically impossible. We find it inadmissible. We must vehemently resist any intimidation, any encroachment. We must vehemently refuse and ward off any covetousness from this particular angle. Biafra has come to be. Already we have commenced our own internal administration. And we would not tolerate a situation where the herdsmen will come and create panic in our midst. We must put an end to this madness. And the time for that is now. Fellow compatriots, we are not here this evening to discuss much on herdsmen, and that is why no time shall be given to anybody to discuss on that, because we have dwelt extensively on it. What I have just said now is in line with information received from Enugu State and some other parts of Biafra land. And on the strength of this, we are telling our people, be on the alert. Repeat what Amoka people did. Repeat what Okita people did. Repeat what Agbadadewe people did. Any part of Biafra land, we must be on the alert to protect and to defend Biafra land. We must hold our governors and traditional rulers accountable for any misdemeanor. We must hold each and every one of them accountable for any misdemeanor in Biafra land. In a situation where the Fulani herdsmen penetrate our own, city or whatever, we are going to question our traditional rulers. We are going to question the temerity of the state governors. And we are telling the state governors, the maximum number of years you might be there could be 8, if ever you are going to be there to that time, because from every available indication, statistics, Biafra is virtually there, latest 2020, and we say, all hail Biafra. So, if you try to be one with the Fulani people, the oligarchy, to sell our heritage, you are going to give account of that in the coming time, in the coming months and years. If we fail to apprehend you, we are going to apprehend your children. And that shall be a memorial forever. As I speak to the governor, so do I equally talk to every traditional ruler in Biafra land. Everybody must be careful. Everybody must be on the alert. Everybody must sit up. The war has been declared. If you do not know it now, when it started in Libya, it was like this. When it started in Yemen, it was like this. When it started in Iraq, it was like this. In Afghanistan, it was like this. Even some areas where there were demonstrations that led to the overthrow of governments, it was like this. In Tunisia, it was like this. In Algeria, it was like this. Even in Cote d'Ivoire, right now in Congo Democratic Republic, the situation is the same. So, we are going to learn a lot from all these countries. When you think that the war has not been declared, you must be living in fanciful delusion. The war already has been declared. Do not forget that day in, day out, they continue using helicopter to drop arms in the midst of Fulani herdsmen in the forest. From time to time, they continue to supply them with sophisticated arms and ammunition. And our people think that the hour is not yet there. Most unfortunately, our pastors and reverend fathers are always asking you to pray and fast. To pray and fast when the enemy is there. In a situation where the kingdom of heaven is suffering violence and you are asking people to pray. Remember, Christ Jesus will say, watch and pray. Christ Jesus will tell us, watch and pray. He did not only say pray, but he said watch. If you just pray without watching, the enemy will come and run like a cockle. But you must be vigilant. He asks you, watch and pray. In a situation where the reverend fathers, the pastors are telling us only to pray and fast, that is madness. That is arrant nonsense. We have prayed enough. If you keep on praying without acting, God will not come to help you. We are going to help ourselves. God did not get Biafrans to be subordinate to the Fulani people. He made us distinct individuals, and distinct we are. We must not allow anybody to bring us down. That is why we are telling our people now, the hour has come, the war has been declared. For them to be penetrating Biafra land using trailer vehicles to bring in their people with high caliber arms and what have you. What else are you waiting for? We summon our Biafran scientists to the emergency of the time. We summon our people, those who are prepared, who can give us anything that will defend our territory. This is the time for you to show that you're a Biafran. This is an emergency situation. Do not wait for the bell to ring or to jingle. Answer the call of duty. The hour has come. Get involved. The hour indeed is with us. Get involved in everything. Nobody shall be spared if they come. And on the strength of this, we are telling our people, become part of this particular confrontation, because either we win and live or we lose and die. To all of you listening, we say, pass the message across to everybody. Pass the message to our people. Tell them that we are now facing a hydra-headed enemy. The enemy is vicious. The enemy is hydra-headed. Do not relent. Do not waver. Always be on the alert. Be ready at all times. Be ready at all times. Do not say, I didn't tell you. Be ready. The war has been declared. The war has been declared. I repeat 1,000 times, the war has been declared. It is left for Biafrans now to know what to do, or else we find ourselves in dotage. Before we proceed, let us play a little of the gospel.
Jehovah Shammah izuru oke n'ebe nọ. N'etiti ihe ahụ siri ike, ka ị na-egosi onwe gị na ọ dịghị chi ọzọ dị ka gị. Izuru oke n'ebe nọ. N'etiti ụzọ ahụ siri ike, ka ị na-egosi onwe gị na ọ dịghị chi ọzọ dị ka gị. Izuru oke n'ebe nọ. N'etiti ihe ahụ siri ike, ka ị na-egosi onwe gị na ọ dịghị chi ọzọ dị ka gị. Izuru oke n'ebe nọ. N'etiti ihe ahụ siri ike, ka ị na-egosi onwe gị na ọ dịghị chi ọzọ dị ka gị. Izuru oke n'ebe nọ. N'etiti ihe ahụ siri ike, ka ị na-egosi onwe gị na ọ dịghị chi ọzọ dị ka gị. Izuru oke n'ebe nọ.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ikechukwu Abu. You are saying, thank you so much, Ikena, for this discussion that you always bring. The Fulanis, bring the Fulanis, our people, okay, that's about these Fulani people, that now our people are coming out. Yeah, that is true. That is why we are here to ginger our people, to champion our people, to take necessary actions. I keep on talking to them, I keep on posting, I keep on writing, pushing them. Of course, even the Benin people are listening, they are now imbibing this particular defensive culture. Well, thank you so much for that. Of course, Sunday Eze is saying, please, Ruga establishment is growing faster than we expected. Please let the world know what Buhari is planning against Biafra because our leader, Chief Dr. Owazike, has finished the work. Uh, that is why the UN is keeping silent. Of course, I'll come to the response. So anyway, then Ben Toby Chukwu Benedict is saying, God bless Chief Dr. Raf Owazike. And Chukwemeka Joseph, of course, is greeting every Biafran and not more. Yes, we keep on emphasizing this because it is very, very important. It is very, very important at this trying moment. We must continue to move our people. We must not relent. As we are now praising the Enugu people for standing like men, let us equally advise those in Ebonyi State and Abia State. They also have to rise to the challenges. I know Enugu, Anambra and Imo stand firm, likewise Delta. They cannot even penetrate Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa rivers. But indications is that somewhere in Cross River State, they are penetrating through Obudu. So we are now telling our commanders to take proper note of that particular area, Obudu axis, to make sure that no enemy penetrates from that particular eastern axis. So let everybody be advised, let everybody be well informed for the benefits of our people. Let me now welcome a team of people that have arrived in the last 30 minutes. Mark also welcome Nonso Oji. Let us equally welcome you. Samuel Ifeson Ekwere Samuel, we welcome you. Baba Obinna, we welcome you. Kajetan Wobi, we welcome you. Uchenna Onyema, Kikil Achosim Oliver Chigozie, Ifeanyi Chimezie, Vivian Hall, Eugene Chukwuezi, we welcome all of you. Okeke Samuel, of course, is still there. Francis Ume is there. Obinna Emuka, Chimeruche Okorocha, Bentobi Chukwu Benedict, of course, is there. Odinaka Eze Ewere, of course, is there. Joseph Chukwemeka Abazie, indeed, is there. Mazi Ugochukwu Asochukwu is there. Ofokile Ebuka, equally there. Fellow compatriots, we are here with you, and indeed, we shall keep on talking to our people to make sure that the Fulani people must never have a free ride anywhere in Biafra land. We are prepared for them, and they know it. In the last days, they have been stampeding, plate to state. People are on the run. Somewhere in Zamfara State, they have taken over everywhere. In the last few days, Boko Haram took over naval barracks. Naval barracks. Boko Haram sacked the Nigerian Navy at Lake Chad Basin and took over the barrack. Took over the whole arms there. Who is fooling who? How can you tell me that the Nigerian military is not colluding with the Boko Haram people? What they do is to go and post the Igbo officers, Igbo soldiers, without giving them arms, without giving them ammunition. And after posting them, they go and signal Boko Haram. They come and kill our people. Let me inform all of you. The number of Igbo officers and soldiers being killed every day is alarming. There is a tendency to reduce the Igbo population in the Nigerian army. So that when they happen, will start happening, we wouldn't have enough men in the military to start the initial defense. We are telling all our people in the Nigerian military, it is better you resign now and come and join the Biafra forces. Stop going to Sambisa. Stop going to anywhere in Borno or Meduguri. Stop. They are leading you there, heading you there to be killed. You go there without arms, you go there without anything. They keep you in barracks, no light, no food. In the dead of the night, they will give the Boko Haram people signal, they come and kill all of you. Go and check the list of soldiers being killed on daily basis, predominantly Igbos. Predominantly Igbos. And they post their men to oil-rich zones. They put them along the roads, extorting money from our people. They put them in, strategic places where they enjoy the benefits of life, forgetful of their own military assignments. Then the Igbo officers, soldiers will go and die in Sambisa, in Meduguri, in Bono, any other place where the war is hot. That is what they do. We are telling our brothers in the army, please start coming home. Abdicate. Leave that particular seat. Leave the Nigerian army and come back home. You are the next target. That is the much we can take it for now. We shall come back to it in the afterwards. Now, my own people, let me give you a little of this Christian music because today is Sunday, and after that, we now begin the business discussions of the day.
I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. The rock was me. The rock was me. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. I'm standing on the rock, Jesus. Yeah, I am standing on the rock. And the rock was me, the rock was me, the rock was me, the rock was me, the rock was me. He holds me. I am standing on the rock. I am standing on the rock. Jesus. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. The rock was me. The rock was me. Oh. Ekusoro kume, kume bụ Jesus. Ekusoro kume, ọ bụ Jesus. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. The rock was me. Yeah, the rock was me. Oh. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. I'm standing on the rock, Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. Oh, Jesus. The rock was me. Yeah, yeah. The rock was me. I am standing on the rock, and the rock was me. I am standing on the rock, Jesus. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, only you will answer me in time of trouble. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, only you will answer me in time of trouble. El Shaddai.
Okay, we take it that way and proceed with what we have today. Ndị Igbo ibe m, ndewenu, daalụnụ, jisie n'iko, ụbọchị ọma. In the past years, the Igbo appears to have no identity, no name. In the passing years, the status of an Igbo man appeared to be subordinated to the dictates of other tribes, other foreign cultures, other foreign religions, other foreign history influences. In the passing years, the Igbo man found no bearing We migrate from place to place. Sometimes home is no longer the best. We tend to find homes abroad. Once in a year, we stagger back to Biafra land, to Igbo land. And after a few days or weeks, we are back to base. How has that benefited the average Igbo man? Today, this evening, we are talking about the Igbo identity, the Igbo name, the Igbo customs, the Igbo traditions. How far have we gone in protecting, defending, projecting, enhancing our tradition and culture? Some time ago, on this particular platform, we spoke to our governors, the commissioners of education, the principals of our secondary schools, vice chancellors of our universities, of course, and the head teachers of our primary schools. The message was quite plain. It was unambiguous. That in Germany, they teach their children in German language. They give their children German traditional names. And why they teach them in German language? The average student understands everything he or she is taught. And they become experts, they become professionals because they were taught using their native tongue, which they can never forget. Whatever name given to something, scientific name, technological name, was given to that particular item, object, in their own native language, in their own local name. When a German child is sleeping, ask her a question, she will give you an answer. Because the question is asked in German language, the answer comes in German language, and what you ask him is embedded in the German language culture. Haven't you heard of the German machine? It is because they value their language and they explore nature in their own language, in their own custom, in their own tradition. They do not want to know whether you exist or not. They only respect you. But all they want is that theirs is the best, the primus inter pares. And they do everything possible to enhance that. The story is the same in America. They use the American English, of course, which is different from the British English, to teach their people from the kindergarten level to primary level, from primary to secondary school, from secondary to the university level. They use the American English to teach them. When an American child is sleeping or awake, at any given moment, ask that particular child using the American English any question, he or she will give you the ready-made answer. Why? Because she is being taught in the language of their culture and tradition. And they give them American names that have meanings and bearings in their own tradition, in their own culture. Such names inspire people to lofty heights. Such names are sources of inspiration. That is why America can go to the skies. They can go to the moon. They can go to the oceans, swimming like the fish. They are too explorative. They can invent. Because they are being taught in the custom and traditions of their own forefathers. Nothing like importation. The story is the same thing in Britain. They teach them using the British English. And they become conservative about it. Go to Russia. They don't speak English language in their schools, in their schools of whatever level. They use the Russian language. Go to Arab world. They speak nothing but Arabic language. Very many countries in Europe, go to Italy, they speak the Italian language. Not so long ago, I was in Rome. Every question I asked in English or German language, nobody understood me, except I spoke Italian language, which I had no knowledge of. I had to pass through making signs. They were not prepared to know whether you speak English or German language. All they wanted you to do was to speak Italian language. And that is true. Go to Croatia, you must speak their language. Go to Spain, you must speak Spanish language. Go to Portugal, you must speak Portuguese language. And they answer their names. They answer their names. Names that have meanings in their own culture. Names that have significance in their own tradition. You, the Igbo man, what do you do? Let us go further. Go to France. It's only the French language they speak. Oh, can you tell a Frenchman to speak Igbo language? Oh my God. Can you tell a German person to speak Igbo language? Or an American or Englishman to speak Igbo language? Okay, let us take an example. Igbo woman, Igbo parents in America gave their daughter Kimberly. Oh, what a name. Gave their daughter, their father is an Igbo, their mother is an Igbo. They had their daughter in America and they called her Kimberly. Why not Nneka? Why not Nneka? Why not Chioma? Why not Chika? Why not Olachi? Why not Ozichi? Why Kimberly? Igbo names have significances, have good impressions, positive impressions. But the Igbo man finds it difficult to speak his own language. Even in Igbo land, the Igbo man finds it difficult giving his own child Igbo name like Chukwuemeka, Enochukwu, Uzodimma, Chukwuebuka. We answer Rawlinson, Joseph Rawlinson, Desmond Darlington, Kimberly Josephson, Emmanuel Jonathan. Oh, madness. Tell us the meanings of all these names. You do not know. We have said it again and again. The moment we begin to teach our children using the Igbo language, Igbo people are going to be so inventive, more than Germans, more than Russians, more than Americans or the French people. Gentlemen, I will continue from there. Let me give you a chance to contribute your own quota before I proceed. Gentlemen of the crew, and to those of you on the screen, tell us your mind. Must we continue to give our children English names? Must we continue to teach them in English or French in our schools? Why not go back to our tradition, where we can find the significance in our life opportunities? Why can't we go back to the basics? Let me give you one example before you take over. At the national or state assemblies, if they want to swear in the politicians, the governors, or the president, they use the Quran or the Bible. I'm going to abide by the constitution. Criminals, once after the swearing in, they throw away the Bible because they know the Bible does not exist in our own tradition and culture. Therefore, it is not binding on us. I was in a church here in Germany today. They were reading the Bible. He had a call David, Uriah, this and this, Abinadab. Come on, what is wrong with our people? Ị na-aga ekwu okwu ndị nwụrụ anwụ kemgbe gboo gboo. Anyị na-amadị maka ha aga were ha dekọta bịa mee ihe impose on us. Ụnụ na-akọ ede ahịa Jeroboam, Rehoboam, Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Amos, Ezekiel. Come, what is wrong? In place of all these people, let us mention Azikiwe, Ironsi, Ojukwu, Mbakwe, Ke Ombadiwe, all these people. and even some good traditional native doctors in Biafra land. In Akromakko, David Ziga Uria and whatever, Beshab and Co. What bearing has all these things, have all this is going to do in Biafra land? My people, let us hear from you. Would you want us to keep giving our people names like Kimberley, Rollinson, Josephson, Darlington? We don't understand, or better Chukwemeka, Ikechukwu, Ofodile, Chioma, Chika, Odinaka Chukwu, and so on and so forth. What names are we going to give our people? Names that can make us discover our own identity, our own names. To give us or teach us in Igbo language, for us to understand everything. When I was in the secondary school, I never understood a word in chemistry or biology or physics because they were always confusing my intelligence with the scientific names. In our name scientific names, in the classroom, when they never have plan, don't check. They follow they had to start afresh. If you that way, go read Animal Farm. But if they had taught me in Igbo language, some Nanchiangu, Dogoyaro, we hear Jachi mosquito. Even if I'm asleep, ask me, Ikenna, and hear Jachi mosquito, and Chiangu, and then cause Dogoyaro. Finito. And so on and so forth. Guess mo winigbe, Abraham, I'm on the ship. Magere Ekoko missile in English language. I get confused. When we begin to pay preeminence to our culture and tradition, to invoke and re-invoke some of those things that make us Biafrans or Igbos. Let me be honest with you, Biafra will come by this time tomorrow. But when you leave your own identity, God-created identity, and begin to brandish in foreign ideologies, come on, you are wasting your time. Ulo na walk. Come and the man got to take your kind of Jesus. I don't you shall the hammer. Fellow competitors, this broadcast is not meant to be a monologue. It is a dialogue. Let me pause now and give you a chance to contribute your quota. I just see na kuji na schools. Na we my hibo. We cannot think here na gwai ko I get to kuku beke. Let us hear you, gentlemen of the crew, and those of you on the screen. You are welcome.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Can I go on?
Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah, and I thank you for bringing such topic. Let me just introduce myself again. This is Chuchi Joking, and I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. Well, this particular topic I think is very, very important because every time that we have been touching our different aspects, where we believe that we really need to put things right. Well, this particular one really touches our identity. And if we should watch, we notice that most of our people, like if you go to the northern part of the country, if you go to the western part of the country, or even if you go to overseas, you notice that most of our people they don't usually name their children, our native names, or even if they have that name or their son name in between, they always kind of they put it aside. They always prefer answering the English name and co. And it leaves you wondering, is these people truly, who are these people from? In particular, most of them, you will notice that their children are African origin, but you will find out that they don't even speak, or their names is even far from close, as in far from anything that has to do with where they come from. But on this particular topic, I think Biafran Constitution will address this particular topic. I think that is my own way I see it, is that Biafran Constitution will definitely address this particular issue, and it is very, very important. So I am confident that the identity issue, will always be given a priority in Biafran constitution, because when we talk of identity, without identity we are nothing. Without identity, I think there is no point, there is no need, and we are agitating for our own freedom to become our own nation, on our to take care of our own resources, to handle our own affairs by ourselves. Identity is on. Identity is on. But I believe that all these problems started back. I can trace this whole problem, back at the earlier stage of about 1970s, after the Biafran Nigerian War. I think due to the failure of the Nigerian government to keep to the own side of the agreement. These are all strategies. The issue of the £20, given to each Biafrans despite the millions they had in the bank. All these are the marginalization, the divide and rule, to ensure that each and every one of them, struggle, and all goes into business struggling to survive. I think these are all the strategies that was actually used. So everywhere you find most of our people, you find out that they are struggling to survive. And on the process, when one is struggling to survive, and if he eventually, makes it, he will not want probably his children to go through the whatever pain and the whatever suffering that he or she must have gone through. So I think then on the process they begin to think that when you answer another identity, you tend to have more favor, or you tend to have you tend to be more favorable, as in the government or wherever you are will favor you more. But these things are nonsense. They are nonsense. I think that is when one is admitting, as in admitting your own failure, that is where people succumb to such. But on the process today, so far that we have been able to revive Biafra, we have been able to bring back Biafra. I think it is important that we bring back this particular issue, into this particular issue more. Because people should know that without our identity, we are not going anywhere. That is one of the most important things. I see it as the priority in the Biafran constitution. There is going to be engraved in the constitution that there must be a language, and that language cannot be English. Definitely, it's going to be our native language, which is must be compulsory right from the school level. Because without the education from the school, we will be taught. It must become compulsory. That is how I see it. And whenever our people are, be it in the overseas, whenever they are, they found out that this particular language is compulsory, then and I think, I bet you that they will as well go and study it. And each and every one of Biafrans who must have named their children, all kinds of names, will definitely go and look for a way to change their name, because without Biafran name, you cannot be identified as a Biafran. I think it is very, very important that we really touch this particular issue deeper, because so far we can only touch the surface. But these are the kind of issues that must be jotted down and then be sent to to the Biafran authority, because it is very important. Without our identity, any black man, any man from any person from anywhere can easily come and claim that it's a Biafran, and there is nothing you can do about it. You must know how to speak our language, you must know how to write, and at the same time, we know our people. We always speak in proverbs. So I think it is a very, very important issue. I really commend you for coming up with this topic. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jude. Honestly, you said something very, very latent, very, very important. And that is when you said that this issue shall be taken care of in the Biafran constitution. I agree with you. But we still we don't have to wait for the Biafran constitution before we give our children Igbo names. You know, sometimes I begin to wonder what is wrong with our people. Nne gị iwe onye ojii, nwaanyị gị bụ onye ojii, onye Igbo. Because maka Germany, England, America, any other country outside Biafra land, gị were nwa gị na-akpụ ya German names. Bertrand Friedrich, Donald Rawlinson, Jonathan Cameron. Oh, come on, that is stupidity. What do these names mean? What message do they have? My grandparents used to call some of their children Okuchi. Okuchi, that is what God has said. Nneka, mother is supreme. Nnaka, father is supreme. Enochukwu, God's will. God's desire. Uzodimma. Such good names. Nwanneka, Nwakego, Ozioma. Sometimes in the past, a man called his son Otagwibe. What happened? The man had 8 children. All of them died prematurely. When he had the 9th one, it was a boy, he called him Uto Agba Igwe. Uto Agba Igwe. That name made the boy to survive and became a man. Uto Agba Igwe. Whatever killed the rest cannot kill this one. That's what we can do to him that will affect this child. Uto Agba Igwe. And the boy survived. Somewhere in my own very community equally, my own village, a woman had 9 children, 8 children or 7 children rather, please. The 7 children died prematurely. When she had the 8th one, Obuya Odiche. That is, this one is different from the rest. And she survived. Names in Igbo language pass messages across from the spiritual realm down to the earthly. Igbo names are embedded in the spiritual realm. Give them that particular name, you get messages from the nether world. Okadike, Onwukike, Okuchukwu, Uzaba, Emerechiono, and so on and so forth. Alukutem. These are names that have various meanings and significations in our own tradition and culture. In the time when nature lived with man, when man and animals and birds and reptiles used to share habitation conjointly, there was peace. At that particular time, it is extremely difficult for a man to go to another woman's wife. It will be extremely difficult for a woman to look for a man outside, a married woman. The consequences will be enormous because we are rooted in the traditional culture of our people. Today, Christianity has vanished everything. Christianity, Pentecostalism has vanished everything, ridiculed everything, made rubbish of our traditional culture, and people do whatever they like with it, brazen impunity. Oh, Jesus Christ. Today, a pastor of a church will just take over all the girls in his church, all the married women in his church, and nothing will happen. Yet he carries the Bible. Go and try it from Menala. Give brofo. Oh my God, the consequences will be there. You won't escape it. This is why we have to go back to our own tradition. And in the eventual Biafra, we are going to use Ofo to swear in the governor. We are going to use Ofo to swear in the Biafra head of state. We are going to use Ofo to swear in the legislators. If I mean here, you may care. But this is not the Bible. I disagree. Because those who have used the Bible have deceived us a lot. They keep taking bribes and taking us lies, telling us lies. And when they tell us lies, they say, oh, thus says their God. Oh, it's quite equal. Chukwumonso kwuru. Learning back. Chukwumonso kwuru. Now Buhari is a prayer answered. Buhari is a prayer answered. Oga fight corruption. Oga get Nigeria to paradise. Learning back and Buhari. Mana mgbe ọ na-ekwu ihe ọ sị Chukwu ekwuole. The God has spoken. Which God? The gods have spoken. I'm a prophet of God. I am prophesying from the realms above. At the end of the day, look at the disaster that is Buhari. He was there. Becca was there. Reverend fathers were massacred by Buhari's cohorts. So that was what God gave to you. Tomorrow, give me a different interpretation. Oh, that God wants to use Buhari to divide Nigeria. We know that already. We are talking of the misprophecy given by the man. Look at Tunde Bakare. He doesn't talk again. All of them. Nobody is talking. All the so-called men of God who gave prophecies during the days of Jonathan. Now it is time for them to give us the real prophecy. All of them are done. We have to go back to the tradition. Enough is enough. The very moment we remember our culture, our tradition, that moment we give our children Igbo names. That moment we teach our children from the kindergarten to primary to secondary to university level in Igbo language. And when we do all these things, we are going to overtake the Germans, we are going to overtake the Americans, we are going to overtake the Russians, already we have overtaken Britain. We equally are going to overtake France. Because your success lies in your own community. Your own success lies in your own culture. Your own success lies in your own tradition. God, in His infinite wisdom, never made a mistake by putting you there, giving your own language, your own culture, your own tradition. And may He sacrifice all again. They came to us and then asked us to throw away whatever we had that meant meaning to us. But yet, they maintain their own. Kangwa fellow Biafrans. He gave an this motor for BMW, which is BMV here, Biafra Motor Works. Close to that main plant. And whenever man not a guy on the window, what the door. He had my back, he be about Nako here and about. Oh, la Biafra Libo. I sent you to be a warrior minister. Happy I made deliverance. Stupid. He can make deliverance. When he had a go, he not protect again to 4 years. One wretched, one faithless father. Other nobody comes in here. And we had nobody, Memme and Abogu. This reverend father, when I make a whole lot of God, may like everything. But be my own snag and mellow said to hell with you. What we are telling our people is this. We must go back to the tradition and customs of our people. We must go give our people, our children, Igbo names. Igbo names, be they boys or girls or whatever, we are going to give our people the significant Igbo names that guarantee us eternity. We shall no longer subordinate our whims and caprices to the dictates of other people. I'm fine. Hi. I'm fine. Man, he said naked, when naked, I'm fine. Ikutona asịrị bekee ọ na-akụwa this late. Bekee ndị Bini. Na-asịrị bekee ndị Bini. Oh, to Bini people who are listening to me, I'm not trying to denigrate you. We are telling our people, we must go back to the customs and traditions of our people. Where lies the salvation? And let me tell you, how come now they have bulletproof? How did they get it? How did the white man invent bulletproof? That is a question for every Igbo person. The Igbo man should ask this question. How did the white man invent the bulletproof? Now, why can't we explore this more and more? I confront on the herdsmen. ha gba egbe ogide pụ ya ha tie mma ogide pụ ya ha ga-anwụrụ ha ka ọkụkọ. If the white man were to be privileged as the Biafrans have, to be honest with you, they would have gone to the skies every day. They would be going to the skies every day. But we have the necessary wherewithal to climb above the lofty heights. We have the necessary wherewithal, the advantageous things to climb to the lofty heights above. But we fail to make use of all this simply because we have been brainwashed into accepting a religion we do not know its source origin. Mmadụ gaa ụka o buru Baịbụl na-aga mgbe Abraham, mgbe Joseph, mgbe these people anwụọla kemgbe gboo. Ha anwụọla kemgbe gboo. Hapụnụ ha ka ha laa n'udo. Here our story is told. What the stories were, these people lived a good life in their own traditional culture. Let us think of our own people that equally lived good life. And then we make meanings in our life. But when we don't do it, day by day, who let worry? Joseph Rawlinson, Jonathan Franklin, this and oh come on. What for? Like Juchijoke said, when the Biafra is finally there, the Biafra constitution will take care of this. That every school must teach in Igbo language. If you're a foreigner, you be Biafra, you got Igbo language, you got game in school. That is how it is only here in Germany. If you enter Germany here, the first thing they will do, compared to this, you go and study German language. Not even English. You can go German language if you want to succeed here. You get Belawa. You say, no, this is Germany. They didn't invite you. And truthfully, they didn't invite you. So why must you come and impose your language on them? In the eventual Biafra, my German, my American, Biafra, you can see. We shall not continue to reduce our identity. We shall stop reducing our identity before the international community. Our own Igbo language is the pride we hold so dear. So why can't we nurture it? Of course, gentlemen, the floor is still open. Udogo Mwenda is there, of course. Bright is there. Solid Emmanuel Webisi is there. Of course, I welcome Dr. Chukwume Gemba from London. Dr. Gemba, we spoke a little bit of the Fulani herdsmen, the invasion everywhere, and how the Enugu people were able to chase them away 2 days ago. We commend them a lot. It's on social media. But right now, we're trying to give Biafra a name. Why is it that our people have thrown away our culture and tradition while following imported ideology? Somebody in America gave her daughter Kimberly. The question is, what does Kimberly mean? We do not understand. Instead of calling her Neka or Chioma or Chika. So we are telling our people, this is the time we shall go back to the basics. Refashion our culture, our tradition, our history. Give our people significant Igbo names that connect us with the divinity. And teach our people in Igbo language at all levels of the schools to enable them to become experts in various fields. Because if we use Igbo language to teach our children sciences, they are going to be experts, professionals. In Germany, it's the same thing. They do it and teach them in their German language. In England, they use English language as in America. In Russia, Russian language. In the Arab world, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, but all of them, they use Arabic language. Why can't we use the Igbo language and make our people professionals to be reckoned with worldwide? This is the topic of the day, apart from the menace of the Fulani herdsmen. Gentlemen, please, the floor is open. Let us hear your views.
Thank you. I can. This is my client. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with today's topic. Let me so hopefully thank you. Web that is hearing my voice now. Today's topic is to be identity. I just called my name Bright Lion. I know I'm a little bit offended with that. That lion, if I tell you the full meaning of that lion is Agonaya, but making it to be whatever, and I change it to lion. But that doesn't comprehensive 247. I haven't said that. It's a kind of it's just one kind of thing. I don't know. Here in Biafra land, that we didn't do with the surname that much. We normally answer these family names. When it comes to each family, they get their names and will answer to generation to come. But when you see that name, like our own is this outgoing name, we start to change it. Some will cut it and be calling it anyhow. I haven't said that you can make one comment that coming government must make sure that this person through constitution. To be honest, I feel that's one big important thing that we must do. You know, you can't just for me if you didn't have that identity, you are not living, you are not alive. When it comes to school, it's a compulsory that they must use that language, that mother language, because it will make every average children, that every average child that attended school to understand everything that you said. People that study and was discussed shorthand said they used to say one thing. They say unfamiliar words. All these unfamiliar words, the words that our Nigerian politician, used to confuse us. Instead of them to use simple English, whereby when they are addressing the others to know exactly what they are promising and what they would do. They on okay, the police would somewhere. This identity of a thing is something that we must stood for it. We must make sure that it stands. As a Biafra, I'm proud to say I can speak the language, Igbo language. I can hear it. Know how you can speak Igbo language to me, that I can respond to you with Igbo language. Know how. So I'm proud to say that. And for our brothers and sisters, both people that are in Nigeria, let's say people that are in Lagos, North, and Abuja, overseas, the funny thing is this: they like to forget, as in they like to live that life that will make them forget where they came from. From our family, one thing they used to tell us: well, wherever you are, never forget where you're from, where you are, and where you are going. But still in the many life of people whereby they just behave as if that even that name Igbo, the word Igbo, they don't even want to hear it. And now make them, they can't teach their children how to speak the language or how to understand the language, which is very, very bad. It's very, very bad. You can see, let me be honest with you, that you see that Nigerian graduates can't do anything after they graduate is because some of them don't even understand what they graduated from. Some of them don't even, if I say some of them, let me say 90% of them don't even understand what they graduated from. You not get if they use Igbo language and school these days, they say, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on, please. Go on. You're on point.
If we will make it a compulsory whereby they will be using native language. When I said I'm using Igbo because I'm from the part of Igbo in Biafra. Let me use the word native language. In our constitution, to be written by that native language, so that even though to the a Yoruba will say, oh, so the lowest brain person will understand what exactly as what you said. The person will understand you 100%. It will give joy. It will give that motivation to motivate you to do more. When you tell me something and I understand exactly what you mean, not that you tell me something, I heard it, but I don't understand. I'm not going to do about it. But when you tell me something, I understand exactly what your explanation, what you said. I will carry the thing, I'll do it exactly the way it's supposed to be. In our school, you will see they will be teaching us how to draw cockroach and label it. While overseas there, you will see how they will be teaching them how to make something,
Right.
something
The times in weekend now, we don't know how many times we have for this. or else you will be going one person will dominate for some time. So it's important we moderate. So
Okay,
that
so okay, Bright, you hold it. Bright, I got what you said. In fact, you said something very, very important. That
Thank you very
the
much.
average Nigerian graduate does not understand his course because of the language used. I agree with you. But if they had been taught in Igbo language, I mean, Biafra and the Igbos, taught in Igbo language, whatever you ask them anywhere, they give you the answer. For example, you said again, when we were in the schools, I say, oh, Becky, draw this cockroach or butterfly, label it. What significance? What can you rub an eye? We hold them, we come back to you. Don't take them back, please. You're welcome.
thank you very much and welcome to everyone. Now, my brothers, the issue of identity of this. Now, if you let me use human body as a point of contact, as a point of reference. The head is the engine, the controller of the whole body. Able fishy, the whole body from your neck down is absolutely useless. Now, there are three words I want everyone to think. Being conscious or consciousness. Idea. From there you get ideology. Then you have to be patriotic. Being conscious of who you are. Patriotism. These three words. Patriotism, ideology, consciousness. I will let it. If you, like the head, is the master, God is the master of the whole universe. The head is the master of the body. Every part of the body is in place without the head. And you cannot give what it does. Everything happening to us now can be traced to the early 60s. The bastardization and the rape of Igbo culture. And our people really got it. Instead of them to fight back when we were being bastardized, when we were being raped, they accepted it. Over a period of time,
Please, I'm sorry. Somebody is touching some objects, and it's causing a lot of distractions. Please let that person suspend it until we're through.
For instance, we all know the organization called Igbo Union. Those younger, everyone must have heard about Igbo Union. Although it is still existing, they are still in the United Kingdom, they are still Igbo Union. All other organizations, all other Igbo organizations that exist in the United Kingdom today, I live in London, emanated, got were an offshoot of or a faction of or someone coming off to form in order to be the head. At the end of the day, in the United Kingdom today, we have I don't even know, don't even ask me how many, lost count of how many Igbo organizations we have. All of them spring out from Igbo Union or None, it's later on changed to None, Nnọkọ Omenala Ndị Igbo. None, Nnọkọ Omenala Ndị Igbo in London. Those who live in UK, if you don't live here, ask. Those, more especially those who've been here for 10, 20 years or more. Now, the Igbo Union of the old that existed in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. I am conscious of the fact that most of our listeners are young. I will assume, I will say, put it in the bracket of between 20 and maybe 45, and everything in between. There may be some others, older like myself and a few others. Now, the Igbo Union of the Old, those who knows the history, have heard about it or whatever, they know That was the organization where
Yeah, please don't take about. Please hold on. Please don't take about. Hold on. Bright, check your background. Udog, where you are, check your background. Jude Chijoke, check your background. Sonny, Bobo, check your background. One of you are making this particular noise. Please hold it and let us have peace. Don't take over to you.
So the Igbo Union of the Old we are talking about is where Michael Lopara them, Paul Ejike them, Akaniki and them, Zinc them, J.O.J. who is who in Igbo society, Igbo politically, academia, everything. They were the organization that existed everywhere. And because of the power and the potency of Igbo Union, the federal government banned it, along with Odua organization and the Ariwa organization. But somewhere along the line, these other organizations were either continued to exist or they unbound them or whatever. But what happened to Igbo Union? It went. Nobody make noise about it. We accepted it. Now Igbo Union started to just went into oblivion. Although it has in the United Kingdom here, as I said, it is still operating. It was here in the United Kingdom, it was formed. Igbo Union started to exist here in the 1948 here in the United Kingdom, and it is still there are still, although the numerical strength are depleting, but there still exists organization called Igbo Union. Anyway, that is being conscious of who you are. If you don't know who you are, you don't know who you are, you cannot define yourself. So you have to be conscious. And I am relating this to our present day politicians. They are not conscious of who they are. They are not conscious of the people they are entrusted. A governor is a trustee, is like a trustee. He is being entrusted the affairs of his state. Invariably, the affairs of the Igbo nation are entrusted in the hand of the 5 governors. And how many 3 times 5, 15 senators we have, and so on and so forth. But if you are a trustee, you are entrusted the affairs of their people. What are you doing with it? Instead, they now turned that trust into material something, into something like favor you can use to trade favor for. And when those, more especially the not Fulanis and others, realize that with money they can buy us out, they commercialize it. So today, that's not like Igbo consciousness. Only very few. It's almost existing in the academia. So if you don't know who you are, you cannot. Remember those who are also old enough. Each time we continue to refer back to the either Second Republic. The Second Republic in Nigeria is from 1979 when Shagari, when the military changed, returned power to the civilian for the first time after how many years of civil rule from 1966 or so to 1979. Now, within that period, we had Zimbabwe as the governor of the old state. Now, within that period as well, there was an organization called Society for the Promotion of Igbo Language and Culture. Some of you might know about this organization. That organization existed to promote Igbo language and culture, introduce new words, convert new words to Igbo. That it is from that organization that they come up with Mahadum, that is university, and most other words. Those who knows what I'm talking about will know. There are people who adopted that they are still existing, but after some time, it was not funded. The people did not understand the importance of it or whatever. It died a natural death. Today, not it was after that people started with this Igbo or English.
Please, I don't know. I don't know where this noise is coming from.
So we can leave it. If you are other people are here, let them listen and those people concerned be mindful of it. So that is it. Now, coming to being patriotic as well. If you are not proud and patriotic about yourself, you cannot do much. If you are not conscious, you are not patriotic, you cannot do much. And again, if you don't have idea where ideology comes from, listen, those of us who live abroad, who live in diaspora, we know you in the country where you live. There are political parties. Those political parties are based on set of ideas. Here in the United Kingdom, as Adesina Lomarama, I live in the United Kingdom. You have three main political parties. I'll call it four. The Conservatives who have their set of ideas, and these parties have existed hundreds of years. They don't change. You have the Labour Party. You have the Liberal Democrats, which have changed from Social Democrats and the metamorphosed today. They are called the Liberal Democrats. Then you have the Green Party. This is the main for political parties in this. The Greens believes in environment and so on and so forth, and they're passionate about it. Even if they have either 2 or 3 MPs in the House of Commons, or 4 MPs or 3 MPs, but they still exist and make impact. The Liberals, no matter what, they don't change from one party to another. The Labour Party, you are a Labour almost for life, just like a football supporter here. They don't change from one club to another. When you go down or when you are not doing well, you change. No, they remain bring ideas. Conservatives are there. They can be out of power for years, but they will still remain. Bring ideas, continue. But in our own setup, in Nigeria in particular, there's no idea. No idea at all. Nobody will come. If you go and I don't even want to say ask the president, because he is devoid. He is empty. He is that's not a hence the way Nigeria is today. Now, tell me, I want somebody to tell me, say, this is the governor who has got a set of ideas. This is the idea he has come up with. This is the policies he's coming up with to promote and put his ideas in practice. No. Oh, grabbing. Come to power, bring your set of cronies, friends, relations, family members, and this sequestrate, take over the power and the ownership of the state and so on. What are you going to put in? What idea do you have to drive the people forward, the country? What is your social agenda plan? What idea do you have to transform the educational system, the health system, the social welfare plan? Do you have the promotion of how do you engage the young, involve them? They are devoid of ideas, and without idea you cannot. Do they have manifesto? Manifesto doesn't exist in Nigeria. Oh, man know who, man know man, who has more money. So my brothers, if we, all this is we are talking is, I will not say that it's waste of time. It's good that we are talking about it, but for the fact that the head is rotten, the whole part of the body is useless. Your leg is useless. Your hand is useless, because they are controlled from the head. That is the problem we have. We don't have a governor. We have not had any governor since 1990, since 1980, that has got idea, that has got a blueprint. What they call it, this is in paper.
Now, Dr. Excuse apart from the governors, we must equally shoulder some blames on Ohane's leadership. This is
And then you
our
ask yourself, Ohanese leadership, who are they? Where are they come from? Even the Ohanese,
yeah, sometimes so they have Ohanese has an influence on the governors. I'm aware of that.
Idea. This is what I'm going to do.
I'm aware Ohanese has some influence on the governors. It will be very, very easy for Inyawo to summon a meeting of all Igbo governors and say, look, my people, instruct the education commissioners to institute this particular Igbo language, make it compulsory, and let us use it to teach our children.
Sorry, you can. I know that you did not interrupt me when you were speaking. I mean, you said that, oh, why am I interrupting? But if you check, it is boils down to the who did. You don't have idea. If you when he came back, when he come to when you were campaigning for that, you said, my people, when I am elected, if I am elected the president of Ohio, this is what I am going to do.
Yes.
Did he have such a thing? No. So, just I don't even know how the criteria. How did they elect? The process of electing the president of Ohanese, what is it? Whether is educated, erudite, and this, but you don't have idea.
Now the
He
question
is part of the
how
establishment.
do we infuse ideas
He
in them?
is part of the establishment. That is why he is not going to make any progress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that indeed is a tragedy of the Igbo nation. Because here we have lost our identity. Then we are finished. You know, when we talk of this, I have in mind some foreign, countries like here in Germany. Everything they do, their laws, their constitution, everything is written coded in Dutch, in German language. Everything from the kinder level to the university, they teach using the German language. And that is why Germans are professionals in anything, everything they do. They are wonderfully rare professionals. They know no other language in their lexicon. And that is what makes them what they are. Similarly, the English countries, the French countries, the Russian world, the story is the same. So, what we're trying to say is this: our people should equally begin to imbibe that our language culture in our education system. And how do we begin? If we can tell our people to start from somewhere, let no Igbo person fashion his child again after English names. What do we understand an Igbo girl being called Kimberly? Kimberly. Now tell me, what is the meaning? Or because the church people come and say, oh, this person is a saint in heaven, Teresa. You say their daughter becomes Teresa. Monica, she becomes Monica. Or Francisca, she becomes Francisca, and so on and so forth. Do we know them? Of what significance are those people to us in the dispensation we are right now? Why not we think of those that have done substantially well in our culture and tradition and begin to value them, emulate them. Take some of those names that give meanings to life. Enwere aha ị ga-akpọ mmadụ ya protect onye ahụ from evil. That is true. Bright said something like that. So there are some names you give our people. The name, that particular name, will act as shield to the person. And some of the things we do within our own cultural tradition, religion, modern day religion has come to destabilize everything. That is true. But the funny part of it all is that the same religion that destabilizes our culture and tradition is so deep in evil, that sometimes you begin to wonder, why does God allow this people to thrive? So, but assuming, like the Yoruba people are trying to say now, Yoruba people are hell-bent that for them to swear in their whoever is going to be the Yoruba president or their governor there or legislators, they are going to swear by Ogu. And they mean business. Because if you swear by that offer, if you go contrary, the consequences will be never seen. Can't we introduce that thing in the coming Biafra to make sure that such things, which we hold so sacred, are brought into play? This is what we are discussing. And of course, we gather the idea. The problem is that the elites are there, not doing anything. The governors are there, they are privileged, they have all the opportunities to effect some changes. They ignore it because they are too selfish, accumulating for the entire family. Generations unborn. The leadership of Ohanese, the cultural organization, the umbrella body, even though it's called cultural organization, cannot do anything to sustain our culture, our tradition. Sometimes it becomes ironical. Why are they called cultural organization? Think of Igbo Development Foundation. We only center on foreign issues. How far can these things lead us? We do not know. Can't we start thinking homewards? This is the topic of the day. This is what we're saying. So don't talk about we got your information really, I mean your messages. This is true. But the question is, how now do we advise these governors and they listen to take our advice? They will not.
It's waste of time.
Exactly.
It is going to be a holistic change. And that change is not going to come from this present status quo or dispensation.
Exactly.
It will need a whole, pure and applied holistic change from top to bottom. And it has to come from a set of, not an individual, it has to be from a set of people, maybe an organization or something that you have an idea, that have the principle. This is code of conduct. If we come, or a party that we have an idea, an ideology, consciousness, patriotism, everything tailored together. And if when we come in, this is what we are going to do. This is our report card. This is our point of our point where set up point. This is what you are going to hold us responsible for. This is what you are going to hold us accountable for. But there's no accountability. So people will come and do this. So if you talking about this present day is a waste of time. Let's say that maybe when we get to where we need to go, even in the new Biafra, if it comes and nothing is fundamentally different, we will still end up where we are today. Therefore, anybody who is planning, thinking that you want to be part of the new Biafra, start now to think, ask yourself, what am I bringing to the table? What idea do I have? If just say, if it's an just it is not going to be business as usual any longer. Anyway, let me not dominate, but things must change for things to change and for new things to change.
Honestly, Jude Chijioke once said that in the Biafran constitution that is in the making, we shall take care of this to make sure that we are taught using the Igbo language. But we don't have to wait for the constitution before we give our children Igbo names. This is what we are saying. So it's going to be holistic, like you said. It's going to be all-embracing, all-encompassing. It might be a movement. Maybe this could be done through a movement, a particular movement, that will now come out and to say, we are championing this particular ideology. And before you know it, everybody will imbibe it. It becomes a practice. And once it becomes a practice, it becomes a culture of the people. After some time, it becomes a tradition. And once it becomes a tradition, everybody becomes subordinate to it. That is how a people survive. But the moment we begin or we continue to forget what we hold so dear, so sacred within our own traditional setting, and take what do you call it now? Recourse in foreign principles and ideologies or whatever it's called. We are still loitering. We are still loitering. Sometimes I wonder, our educated people who are now governing our people back home, the governors, the legislators, and what have you, what they learn abroad, why don't they bring this back home? Sometimes, like one boy would say, some of them deserve mass burial. Some deserve mass burial because they know what to do to help the people, but they do not do it. That is the tragedy of our nation. Of course, we still have other members on the screen. Udogunwe Nyaya joined us from Denmark, Scandinavia. We are talking about giving our people Igbo names, teaching our people in the schools using the Igbo language to make us great, like the Germans, the Americans, the Russians, and what have you. Udogunwe, what do you have to say on this?
Thank you so much. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night, my fellow Biafrans. What I want to say for this matter is this: Igbo's identity cannot come in this as well. We are in one Nigeria. It's not possible for Igbo to get their identity. If you like, do whatever you like. It's not possible until we have our freedom.
Udog, what
As
of
well
give
we live,
Udog, what of giving
as well
Igbo
that we
Udog,
live,
excuse me, what of give do we have to
yeah.
wait for Nigeria before we give Igbo children Igbo names?
Let me give it that's what I want to clarify myself for that issue. As far that you live in that Nigeria, everybody is a hustler. Everybody is a hustler. And the names you are talking about, many of our people, because of what is going on in Biafra land, they run to Lagos, they cannot return back, and they will start speaking English language or broken language. So everybody want to have a good name. If you ask them to answer or Mbeke Mbori, they will say, no, I can't answer that name. I'm in Lagos. Some of them cannot speak Igbo because of the condition Nigerian people give to us. So the only solution we can do. I hear what Chukuma said about 1970 something when the time of what they call this governor of Imo State, the former governor of Imo State,
Samon Bakwe.
Simon Bakwe, and the other people, the president, this civilian president, this in Hausa man. So that time, what are Igbo people doing in that particular time? Can they join hand and do a lot of things to stop all this atrocity that is going on in Nigeria? The same thing that is happening that time is the same thing is happening now. The same thing that is happening that particular time is the same thing happening now. Look what is going on now. The Hausa people, Fulani people say that we have to have Luga. And the same thing happened 1970 something. Now, Ruga, everybody is talking Ruga. Whether you like it or you don't like it, the Buhari is in power. He will surely do that because it's what he wants to. He will do it in another way. And after that, we are not going to do anything. Nothing we are going to do. Only mouth we are going to make after that, he will put whatever he wants to do. The only solution I want for if you people can hear me, the only solution for the identity of Igbo man to return back is this revolution. If you like, have different type of Biafra group of Biafra up and down. If you like, do all the whole thing. Nothing can let Buhari or this Nigerian people to leave Igbo people to have their identity.
Udog, excuse me,
So the solution is revolution.
Yeah,
Without revolution in that particular country,
yes,
without we, the Igbo people, join hands together, unite together, and they start fighting for our identity, fighting to make sure that we push all those people that's causing this problem for us out. Because you cannot tell me now, let me give you an example again. You cannot tell me you live in Lagos and and I live in Enugu or I live in Imo. And when you are coming back from Lagos, you buy jeep, you are building house, you are doing a lot of things. And when you come to when you come back, I said, what happened? He said, oh, because I'm in Lagos, then I have to leave my identity. Of course. And move to that particular one Nigeria in Abuja or in Lagos to find what can I do to survive, what to do to survive. But if that we are one, like now I live in Denmark here. This Denmark, they're proud to live in their country. They don't like to move out to another country because everything is perfect for them.
Just like Germany.
You cannot see them.
Just like here in Germany.
Yeah, you cannot see them move out from here to other place. You cannot take their identity out. To tell you the truth, the only thing The British came here, 18 something, came here to take over this country. They bombed Copenhagen, if you look their history. But they're still fighting. Sweden, they are one country before. Sweden fight these people and kill them, take over many of their land. But they still continue fighting. When they want to take Copenhagen, they say they cannot take it. Instead, all of us will die. And until they say, okay, let us leave this little land for them. Denmark is only 5 million. Sweden now is 7 million because Sweden is Denmark, but they take over the places.
Yeah,
Nowhere is 4 million.
Ujok,
So
hold on, please.
what I want to tell you this tonight is, if the Denmark couldn't fight to get their own land,
yeah,
they will not have their identity. So Igbo people have to fight for their identity.
Yeah,
You cannot fight. You cannot say, oh, let us have this organization, Igbo Union, all this Enugu Union, Igbo Union, all this. We cannot help. What we need is revolution.
Yes.
1993, also Abiola happened. Everybody fights and everything stopped. All Igbos have to wake up and they fight once for all. If you want to kill everybody, let them kill everybody. If you will make instead for we people to be in this mess in Biafra land, let everybody do what? Put hand and fight one for all. And if they want to kill all our land, let them kill our land and take over. That we to be like how we are. Somebody to answer, he cannot answer.
Okay.
Somebody, but me, okay, you can say for you, just continue talking. So we leave you to talk now.
Okay, Ujok, hold on, please. I quite understand their passion. I do appreciate their passion, and I share a bit of what you are saying. In response to what you earlier said about not a question of forming tens of thousands of organizations without action. These herdsmen are just stampeding everybody in Biafra land. No defense, nothing. Let me assure you, I'm not bound to make it public, but let me assure you, we're in control of the situation. Be rest assured, every part of Biafra land is protected. There might be minor skirmishes here and there, but we have always risen to the situation and got everything controlled, and it shall continue to be like that. Only thing that we do not want to make noise about it. We don't want to make noise about it. We don't want to start the aggression. But the fact that we don't want to start the aggression does not mean that when the enemy brings aggression to us, we wouldn't find a way to defend ourselves. And in defending ourselves, we are going to cross the boundary. What I have to inform you, you may not know, is that we are battle ready. We may not be as good as Nigeria, but if Nigeria wants to overwhelm us, it might take them the next 20 years. We shall act in self-defense. And in the course of it all, anything could happen. Be rest assured, it's not a question of our own. We are there not talking about growth, but we are quite conscious of the predicament we find ourselves on daily basis. Look at what happened in your own state 2 days ago. Whoever would have believed that the herdsmen trooped into that particular community in Enugu with hundreds of cattle, causing road traffic menace everywhere. The villagers at a point could no longer tolerate it. You see how there was a kind of uprising, kind of spring. Everybody, even a child that was 11 years, everybody rose to the challenge. Before you know it, the herdsmen were chased out of Enugu state. Would you have believed that? There was a brain behind that. There was a mobilization. At that point in time, we took up the challenge peacefully and well. And then, if we could do that with the herdsmen brandishing AK-47, when it is time, at the point of the bayonet, we shall know what to do. All I'm telling you is that nobody is sleeping because we know the enemy is near. Nobody is sleeping.
My brother, sorry for interruption. For this, because I have contacted one of my three people in Nemwe. to tell them to prepare, because Fulani people, they are
They'll come
so
back.
people that when you do something,
Exactly.
they
will come back. Thank you very
So
much.
I have called them for this night. I will tell the Newe people in Enugu State that if you are listening to us, tell your people
Before you joined
to
us,
prepare.
before you joined this program this evening, honestly, I said the same thing, that they must never sleep with two eyes closed because they will come back. And this is the time that we have contacted our commander. I don't know what to say, commander. We have contacted our gentleman over there to make sure there is a proper mobilization and gentle people where very better equipped with communication gadgets, and they're doing it right now. They will no longer take us unawares. We know they are coming, and therefore we cannot sleep with two eyes closed. So I said it earlier, and you have just repeated it, and it's for the sake of emphasis. That's what we know. So be rest assured, we are taking control of the situation. They have taken virtually the whole of North. Look at it yesterday. They sacked naval barracks. You can imagine that. Somewhere at the lecture Brazil. How come? That's to show Nigerian government, gives them the leeway, everything. We quite understand their game. The only regret there is that they send the Igbo soldiers to go and die. That is our regret. But you have told them, let them leave that particular job and come back home. We have better assignment for them. Now, of course, fellow Biafrans, don't forget we are live with you from the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, City of Munich, Germany. Of course, I am being assisted here by gentlemen who are well grounded in the affairs of things, both in Biafra land and in Nigeria. We are giving meaning to what we know, trying to find a better definition for the Igbo man to give us an identity, to make sure we go back to the basics, practice our custom and tradition, which divine providence gave to us from creation. It was not for nothing that he created us and called us Igbo, gave us Igbo language, and put us in a particular setting where sufficiency shall guarantee our longevity. We have every reason to uphold that. But when we neglect all these things and begin to run after imported ideology, it becomes unfortunate. Take, for example, few days ago, the news was that what's his name again? The current Imo State governor. They said he's trying to have a MOU with this Chinese car manufacturers to come and have their plant somewhere in Imo State. Now, some people say, "Oh, it's going to bring employment rather." Some say, "No, why? When we have innocent motors there," which is true. Now, anybody who understands economic politics will know what we're trying to say. You see how Trump is gradually making all these people that it is America first. Germans will tell you Germans first or Germany first. You don't have to bring anything from outside Germany. They tax you until next time you run away. Now, we were thinking that our governor, much as we praise you for trying to bring in Chinese car manufacturers, okay, good. But we would have thought that he would first of all approach innocent motives to think or to know if he could have his car plant, manufacturing plant somewhere in Imo State as well, for the sake of expansion and the accommodation of other unemployed people. That's what we expected. Now, after Inosu would have said no, then he can think of going beyond the frontiers of Biafra land. Let us give let us give support to what we hold dear first. Now, let us go to Aba. What don't we manufacture at Aba? Look at Aba shoes. Look at our shoes. If you bring out shoes, manufactured in Aba, comparatively, it is better than what we have in Italy. But the question now is, in terms of durability, can't we make it better? Aba can do anything. Even some of these small arms, ammunition, whatever. Aba and Onitsha and Oka can take the world to ransom. It's a question of doing all these things, having the necessary support, encouraging them. Not a situation where we have our Abakaliki rice. Somebody will be eating about foreign rice. What for? How then do we encourage our farmers, our local farmers? This is a question, that beg for answers. These are the questions begging for answers. When we have everything back home in Biafra land, in Igbo land, why can't we first and foremost patronize them? It was a one-time Chinese leader, Chairman Mao, who told the Chinese people some time ago, China can never import textile materials. That China can never import textile materials. Instead, let everybody go naked. If you cannot produce it in China, let everybody go naked. Today, what is happening? China produces and overproduces and sells to the international market. Why can't we do it equally in Biafra land? Why can't we do it? What is the shoe industry that used to be at Owerri? What happened to it? What of the ceramic industry? What happened to it? Some of these industries established by some of Mbakwe, where are they now? All these current governors, all these Yahoo governors, they'll just come there, eat everything down, come at us. Everybody goes home. Why can't we give premium to some of these things, to those things that are Biafra oriented, Igbo oriented, to give meaning to our own identity? This is a sacrifice we have to make for us to move forward. We cannot be talking about Biafra independence when we are still dependent on other countries for economic survival. No, we have to produce sufficiency to take care of domestic needs and then begin to think of what to export to foreign countries. We must come back to the basics. We must redefine ourselves. We must rediscover ourselves. If not so, we are still in limbo. The average Igbo man is longing for survival. We have the necessary things within the neighborhood to guarantee us all these successes in life. Why can't we explore them? There are other things that are bound in manifold diversity in Biafra land, in Igbo land. How far have we gone in harnessing them for the interest of the common person? Instead, the governor is there thinking only of the self and the entire family. The legislator is there not minding. Even though he collects the constituency allowance, ordinary borehole cannot give his own people. There will be a time when we shall bring all these people to the bayonet. I bet you, sometime 1789, French Revolution, it happened. Louis XIV, what happened to him? At a point, the people could no longer tolerate. They went to tennis court, took an oath, never to disperse except at the point of the bayonet. They went massively, collectively, grabbed Louis XIV. What happened? Sent him to the guillotine, beheaded him. Today, France is a better place. Shall we adopt the French style and drag all these people to the guillotine? Shall we drag them to mass burial before we effect some changes? Royals of Ghana did it, and today Ghana is a better place. In India, in Pakistan, countries that want to survive, look at Venezuela, what is happening there today? If you don't want to effect changes for the people are going to effect the changes and they are removed. And it might involve violent removal. Because we keep on saying the rosary every day, confusing our faculty. That is why they get away with it. They say, endure. When will the heavens pay? Let me tell you, if you're a lazy man on earth, you're going to be a lazy man in heaven. Of course, the heaven does not welcome a lazy human being. It's not a question of saying, anybody can cook. If you fail to pay your own this time around, over there, you're going to remain a debtor. That is clear. It was not for nothing that divine providence brought us here to mature from the spirit jungles we were to the level of this sufficient. Let us define all these things and know why we are here on earth. We don't have to wait until the hereafter. This is what we are doing. We must be holding our governors accountable. We must form a movement, a strong movement that will be challenging these governors and calling them to order. Otherwise, we picket them. If we decide to hold any governor to ransom for 1 good week, 7 consecutive days, I think he will go on exile. But how many people will do it? In the years yore, when we were students, we used to go rioting. We would hold federal government to ransom. But today, we have Yahoo students. Nobody wants to read. give a student to ordinary 10,000, he will forget his own studentship and begin to do your bidding. This is not the Nigerian way. I mean, the Biafra we want to build. We want a situation where training shall be given to individual persons. Let us think Biafra. Let us think Igbo. Whatever we can manufacture locally. Oh, I have even forgotten. In Biafra land, a lot of people, I mean, they distill some drinks, hot drink, whatever. There is nothing wrong in that, except that you try to be stupid in the course of bringing all this things. Let your environment be clean. Try to improve. Get it registered. Let inspectors come and suggest the best way to improve. Once it is done, gradually, you become like Innocent Motors. You can now manufacture for export. You become like Ibeto Cement. You can now manufacture cement for export. You become like any other Biafran Igbo merchant that manufactures. But when you don't think of improving yourself, you just want to be selfish, do whatever, do the gamble. Like Agaru Zolo, I'm sorry to say it, I'm from Olo, and I manufacture fake drugs. You don't know that how experts in manufacturing fake drugs. You don't even ask yourself, what if this fake drug gets to your own child in the hospital? Remember, the measure you give is the measure you get. So let us think of all this things, know how to improve our background. Once we improve our background, we stand firm on a rock. We stand firm on a rock, and nothing will shake us. The Boko Haram will come and find us strong like the rock of Gibraltar. Shakespeare would say, as constant as the northern stars, of whose true feast and resting qualities that do not fail in the firmament. That is Julius Caesar. Why can't we adopt that particular principle and teach our enemies a lesson? Why can't we go back to the basic, gather ourselves, know how many we are and what we are capable of doing? But we don't do all these things. Onye pụtaghị ikwu gị sị onye ke ga-abụra because onye ụlọ abatala na ka ọ bụrụ ka gị tiwile ebe is a lie. Nothing like ụlọ Owerri or Okigwe. It is the same Imo state. The same thing in Enugu, Anambra, Abia, Ebonyi, Delta, and Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa Rivers. This is what we want. We shall begin to question all these people. And we may have to be tempted to create a third force. This third force might be visiting them late in the night to show them some metals and say, look, this is a solution to your stupidity. Not until we start that will this will behave. Gentlemen, of course, the floor is still open. Make your contributions. Of course, we have less than 20 minutes to, it's almost time. We have exceeded the hour. Let me give ourselves 10 more minutes to round up this program. Gentlemen, over to you.
Yeah, this is Jude Chijoke from Lagos, Nigeria. Can I go on?
Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah, you have really made a very good point because I've been listening. At the same time, Udog also made his own point. I really catch his passion. But in generally, I think Dr. Chukwume Gemba, really touched, this particular identity issue where the area that I actually came from. Because the way he analyzed it back to the 50s and the 60s, simply shows that those measures have been there in the past. But eventually, something went wrong, and ever since then, we have found it difficult to really put ourselves together simply because the head is bad. So, and from my own analysis, I was able to point out that most of these problems actually comes from the government of Nigeria because after the war, they knew that we are going to definitely find a way to come back together. So they brought a lot of measures to ensure that our people, remain divided. It's just like when you deny your identity, you answer another name, you tend to have more favor, you tend to have more appointments. So find our people marrying from other parts of the tribes and their co. So these whole things are a kind of a strategy. So, like I said, I said from the beginning of this particular topic, I think we this topic must surely return. I'm begging you, Ikenna, to find a way to bring back because it is very, very important. Because the way I put it, I said Biafra constitution will definitely address most of this particular issue because I believe that in the constitution of Biafra, it is going to be compulsory. Yes.
Go on, we're with you. Hello, Jude. It appears we have lost him. Yeah, please,
Can you hear
anybody.
me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, please. Okay.
Yeah, the network is not.
Okay, if it's not getting better, anybody can take over and hold over it because we have gone beyond the hour. Okay. So I don't know.
Can
Let me
you
see. No, Judah,
can
we
you hear
can.
me?
I will hear you only when you ask question. But when you are not discussing, we don't hear you anymore.
Okay, let me just make it shorter. I'm begging that this particular topic comes back so we can be able to do justice to do it properly. Then on the other side, I believe that the Biafran constitution will definitely take care of this particular issue because the Biafran constitution will make it compulsory. There are languages in Biafra which it will be compulsory in the Biafran educational system to ensure that to make sure that it's not just only Igbo language. If those languages are like 4 or 5 languages, I think it will be compulsory. But
Yeah,
to
yeah,
start,
Jude, if you read the publication I made before, prior to this broadcast, I said teaching our children in Igbo, Ijo, Ibibio, Efik.
exactly. I think that is it just skipped my mind. I read that particular publication, and I think you're on the right track there. So, but I'm also of the opinion that we throw this particular topic to the public for Biafrans to hear the views of Biafrans because I believe that that is where it matters most. So by the time we were able to discuss this topic maybe 2 times or 3 times, so we can be able to summarize and get the reactions of our people. Because from the way Dr. Chukwuemeka sound, it simply shows that it is going to be difficult. But I believe that if we can be able to bring our views together, we can as well send it and then relate it to the Biafran leader. I believe that the only way we can get this thing done before Biafra is for the body, just like the way we are talking of a coalition, is for the way to, if we relate it to the Biafran leader can as well put it into agenda and then we'll find a way to see if we can, actually front this particular, topic to ensure that we deal with this identity because identity might even be one of the delays, for us to round up all we have started long ago. So I think identity is important. But by the time we have thrown it to the public, by the time we have discussed these issues and then get other views, I think we relate it to the leader for necessary, actions and other measures to be taken. I think that is my own opinion on this particular identity topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jude. Thank you immensely for that your wonderful contribution. Gentlemen on the screen, those on the crew, we have indeed discussed at length. We had this special 2.5 hours we started this broadcast. We have really done justice to it. In the coming days, we shall still emphasize on this particular topic because it is correct. Before we go, let me recognize those who have been here with us since I mentioned the last visitors to our screen, so that honor should be given to whom it is due. The last person I welcomed or gave recognition was offered the Ebuka. So let me thank Uche Godfrey, Jashin Uchiwa, Madinatom Neneka, of course, Effiong Ekaiden. We recognize all of you. All the messages you have been sending, I've been reading them, and as I read the messages, I'm well fused with ideas to discuss. Kikil Achusin, of course, Lawrence Austria, we go by this name, Emmanuel Emeka, Bato Ezama, Pat Peters, of course, I read all every people are writing, William Walker Chidi, Wago Philip Emmanuel, of course, Collins Innocent, Nadine Nabife Afamide, Prince Okoria, Andrew Grace Mike, of course, Anayo Eke. Welcome all of you. Chuku de Modulo, mmadụ rather Uzamaka Tieflia, Friday Favor, of course, Adana Irable Vincent Fabian, Emmanuel Chikodi. When I mention them, it's just to say all the comments people have been making, encouraging comments, supportive comments, and been reading, and this has been giving us ideas to discuss in details. Obioma Ike, of course, Emmanuel Chikodi, Amobi, Stephen Cephas, Ugochukwu mmadụ ka eji aka Izuchukwu onye Aba, of course, Ụzọ Jesus, um, of course, Ikechukwu Amu is still the same. No, we need the no need of wrestling our time. Sorry, please. There was an interruption there. So, that we should even be burdened on certain things or to get to Biafra, but we have to start making the preparation. Also, Obinemo, Hillary, Chinagrom, of course, Ikechukwu Ejiofor, Fingalango Ubochi, go by this name, Ikechukwu Sige, or whatever, Kenechukwu, all of you, Madakolam, Uchenna, AJ, of course, Ikenna Matthew, a lot of you, they listen so long, Emeka Udoji, Chidiokwe, Francis, of course, so on and so forth, Mariam Diallo, Bemere Paul, Ikechukwu Godson, Abe, Emeka Paul, Gabriel, Emmanuel. Oh, it's so long, I won't be able to mention everybody until the next time. Thank you, all of you, for being part of this particular program. Thank you, especially Dr. Egamba, for making our time to be with us always and discussing very brilliantly. We learn so much from you. Thank you, Bright from Owerri. That's the Polytechnic Nekede. Thank you, Jude from Lagos. By the time we got it, you just join in, there won't be time to rewind. And to those who tried getting across to us, but due to poor connectivity down there in Nigeria, not even in Biafra land, we were unable to hear you. We thank all of you. We thank you 1,000 times for being part and parcel of this particular discourse. From the studio, Voice of Biafra International and the BBA. Ikenna Bibiagonu is my name. We thank you and may God bless you. Until in the coming days, we'll be meeting again. Remain blessed and good night.
Mighty God, only you will answer me in time of trouble. Mumu wana mumamu, wena mubele pechinuto. Only you will answer me when I call on you. El Shaddai, I am that I am. Only you will answer me in time of sorrow. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Only you will answer me in time of trouble. Yes, Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Only you will answer me in time of trouble. Ejiri merela, ejiri merela, mumu wane somumo, mufi ani buna. Ejiri merela, ejiri merela, mumu wane somumo, mufi